Genesis chapter 18. Abraham's heavenly visitors. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre. And he sat in the tent door in the heat of day, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant, and let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and comfort ye your hearts. After that ye shall pass on. For are ye come to your servant? And they said, So do so, as thou hast said. And Abraham hasted into the tent unto Sarah, and said, Make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes unto the hearth. And Abraham ran unto the herd, and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hasted to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. Sarah promised a son, verse 9. And they said unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, Behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent which was behind them. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of woman. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure? My Lord being old also. And the Lord said unto Abraham, Wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of a surety bear a child, which am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed I will return unto thee, according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laugh not, for she was afraid. And he said, No. The Bible say nay, but he say, Nay, but thou didst laugh. Solomon and Gomorrah's fate, verse 16. And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him? For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta write that one down, circle it. And we'll go back to that later. And the Lord said, Because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom, but Abraham stood yet before the Lord. Abraham intercedes for Sodom. Verse 23. And Abraham drew near and said, Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do so after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee? Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, Behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure, there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for the lack of 5? And he said, If I find there 45, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again and said, Peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for the 40's sake. And he said unto him, Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall be found 30, there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, Behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not do it for the 20's sake. And he said, Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way. As soon as he had left communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place. Okay, y'all, so we just got done reading all of chapter 18. So let's just go ahead and do a quick overview. So in this one, y'all, we see that Abraham, he outside chilling, right? So God just appeared, right? God show up, he in the plains of Mamre, right? Abraham already out there, right? He outside chilling or whatever. And he see God, right? He see God and it's two other men still, right? So so Abraham, he get up, he run over there. He said, I'm finna go over there. I'm finna go talk to God. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm finna go talk to God. Or that's what his actions show. Okay? So he done went over there and let's move on. So he done went over there and God decided to speak to Abraham about his wife Sarah. So he was like, listen, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know now. You're gonna have a son, okay? So Sarah had heard what they was talking about. Well, actually, let's start here. When he had went over there, Abraham was so excited to be in the presence of the Lord. He said, Lord God, let me feed you and let me wash your feet. Okay, let me feed you and wash your feet. So God approved it or whatever. And then Abraham had went into the tent where his wife was and was like, babe, I need you to go ahead and get up. I need you to go ahead and get you some water and get some food prepared because we got company. It's important that we feed the Lord because the Lord feed us. So we already know he don't even need this food, but we're going to feed him because that's what he do for us. And we know if we come into his house, he going to feed us, which he do that daily bread. Clock it. Okay. So not only did Abraham have his old lady going to help make sure everything was prepared for the Lord, it's that he done went over there and told the boy to go get some calves ready. Then he took him some butter and some milk and a calf and dressed it up and brought it to the tree, and they all sat out there and had them a picnic, y'all. They had a feast picnic, a picnic feast. Okay, so boom. So they over there having a picnic feast, and, having a good time. And, when you eating and food be good and stuff, sometimes you can't be talking like that. So I know it was good because the way they talked about how they had did that thing. Okay, they said they dressed it up, but that thing had seasoning. Okay. So then they was out there talking or whatever. So they done got food, right? Because that's when you start talking. You done got good food, you satisfied, your belly good. Now you can go ahead and start having conversations, right? So so they out there talking, and Sarah could hear them having a conversation. So God tell Abraham, he's like, listen, your wife is gonna have a child. He didn't even say despite her age. He didn't say none of that. He didn't even care what was found to be normal. He was just like, listen, I just want you to know your wife, your old lady, she gonna have a baby. So Sarah had heard it and had laughed about it because she didn't believe it. And God was like, girl, girl, what's wrong with you? Why you act like I don't know that you just laughed at what I just said? Like I ain't tell you what I had just said. Don't play with him. Don't play with him. He said, oh, you laughing and think I ain't gonna say nothing to you? God, listen, God was P. Okay, he was P. He was G too. Matter of fact, he per G. Okay, just G. I like that. Continuing on. So then, it's time for them to go, right? So as God is talking about after they done had the conversation about Sarah being it being announced or proclaimed that she will be a mother despite and in spite of her old age. God started talking to himself. He was like, should I tell Abraham? This my homeboy right here. This my friend over here. I know he gonna stand on my word. He literally say, I know Abraham gonna stand on my word. Should I tell him about the plans I got coming up for Sodom and Gomorrah? So God said, you know what? This is my seed. This is my child, and I trust my child with my law. I trust my child with my law, and I know he gonna respect it. So God went ahead and told Abraham. He said, listen, I'm gonna I'm gonna BTA. Okay, I'm gonna put belt to okay. So Abraham was like, listen, I know you can do it. I know it ain't no pressure. I know can't nobody stop you. But just in case, are you willing to spare it if you can find people there that are true servants of yours? And God said yes every time. Now, mind you, we ain't even, y'all, we're going to get there in the next chapter. Point is, Lot wanted to know, are you willing to keep that city untouched? You're not going to destroy everybody there if you got people there that's willing to serve you. God said, yeah, it ain't no pressure. If my people are there, we're gonna be all right. If they ain't there, I'm about to okay? All right, y'all. I'm gonna see you in the next chapter. Next chapter we're gonna be doing chapter 19. And before we get there, I just wanna I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it because I want y'all to understand why Lot asked that question. But I'm gonna wait till we get there so that way you have a better understanding of why he was so quick to intercede, at least in my opinion, because I don't know if he would have interceded had he have not already known who was within the city. So let's continue on. I'll see you guys in the next chapter.